on till this day. He came out stating, Canelo is on steroids. I know this because I'm on steroids.
You got this thing that happened with Canelo. I know you spoke a little bit about it, but do you feel, in your opinion, the fight should be called off, or what they're doing is the right thing, and he's doing the right things to prove that it is a tainted sample?
The truth is that we'll probably never know. You have to make your own decisions and judgments, which is sometimes dangerous. Was he cheating? Was he unlucky? Either way, his reputation is tarnished forever.
This is not just another boxing story. This isn't trash talk meant to sell pay-per-views. This could be the start of the biggest crisis the sport has seen in years. Because now, Terence "Bud" Crawford has just called out Canelo Alvarez, and he isn't holding back. He charges the Mexican superstar of cheating again. And this time, the steroid claims have significant backing, history, and consequences for Canelo's reputation. Let us break it down. Terence Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion, recently revealed what he thinks the reality behind Canelo Alvarez's overwhelming performance-enhancing drugs. And, while it may look wild at first, it is not out of nowhere. In fact, this isn't the first time Canelo has been linked to illegal substances.
Terence Crawford, who's made.
Are we gonna relitigate Canelo Alvarez's drug test?
Come on. I'm a drug user. I cheated sport plenty of times. I cheated those same commissions. This is not to relitigate. We know our own. I'm a cheater. I know a cheater when I see one.
Let's go back to 2018, when Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol, a banned drug used to help with weight loss and muscle retention. His excuse was tainted meat from Mexico. The commission gave him a smack on the wrist, a 6-month punishment, and he was back in the ring like nothing had happened. Fast forward to 2025, and here we are again. Except this time, Crawford isn't keeping quiet. However, but isn't the only one throwing shade. Oscar de la Hoya, Canelo's former promoter, has come forward to confirm what many fans had thought. He thinks Canelo and his team paid officials to hide more recent adverse test results.
Has anybody else noticed this? Well, I actually did some digging and confirmed many members of the boxing media have been paid off by certain people and essentially muzzled. I mean, these are the facts. For example, 6 of Eddie Reynoso's fighters have tested positive for PEDs.
Let that sink in. A prominent promoter and former fighter says the people supporting Canelo are turning a blind eye. The worst part is, he might be right. Because, while Canelo continues to battle, cash checks, and hold titles, other fighters haven't been as fortunate. Ryan Garcia, who fought under similar advertising banners, was dragged for weeks following his positive test. He was fined, suspended, and his win annulled. That's unfair.
How is it ethical that you have 6 fighters testing dirty from the same camp and we don't have questions or consequences? Where's the boxing media? I mean, they crucified Ryan Garcia every fucking day for a full year over a tiny bit of Austrian. So why are they so quiet now?
Don't forget that Crawford and Canelo already have bad blood, but began asking for a bout with Canelo, saying he'd step up and wait to demolish the undisputed super middleweight champion. Instead of reacting with class, Canelo insulted Bud, saying he wasn't on his level and dismissing him as an inconsequential contender.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't f with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off. Yeah. So it's gonna be almost the.
But is taking the steroid charges personally now that they have returned. He said in a recent chat, "If you're so sure, fight cleanly. No boosters, no safety. Let's see what you're actually capable of." That is a challenge that Canelo has yet to face squarely.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or...
So why would he? Because the pressure has moved. Away from simply winning, it's about showing that he can win without cheating. What is frightening is not the claim, it shows how many people agree with Crawford. Star David Benavidez also claimed that Canelo's physique can stamina, or not natural. He didn't say steroids, but the meaning was clear.
If Canelo was 100% confident in himself, I don't know why he wouldn't fight me. Especially since, seeing that everybody in his team is on steroids, which means including him, so he never got off steroids.
You think he's on steroids?
Of course. Sure. How does five...
You saw De La Hoya
How do five people out of your camp get tested positive for steroids? Right. You know what I mean? All those fucking dudes in that camp are dirty.
Guess. Someone else said it. Floyd Mayweather. That's true. The guy who trained Canelo in the ring over a decade ago once said, "There's a reason they never thoroughly test him. He's the game's golden boy." Even Floyd's crew claimed that Canelo was protected by the system. When you combine all of this with Oscar's assertions and Bud's new admissions, things start to make sense. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to notice it. When so many people ask the same question, perhaps they aren't crazy. Perhaps they are on to something.
When the greatest Canelo came out, the one that you guys seen that fought Triple G the first time, bro, dude popped dirty for clenbuterol, bro. Why do you think the second fight didn't happen? So, for me, seeing that was the best Canelo I've ever seen. But that was Canelo off of steroids. Everybody else that he fought Amir Khan, he fought Daniel Jacobs, he fought Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. These guys were all weak, bro. So for me, that's why I feel like I see Canelo Alvarez and I see he's not as good as everybody thinks. Because the best one that fought Golovkin that first time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
Let's talk something else. The size disparity. Crawford wants to raise his weight from 147 to 168 pounds in order to fight Canelo. That's 3 weight classes higher. And nobody makes that kind of jump easy. However, Bud's case is straightforward. If I am clean and willing to put myself to the test, why can't you be clean as well? It's not just about weight. It is about ensuring that the playing field is even.
Sam Raphael kind of made a great point when talking about sizes. Because he said, if you look at them two together now, they look the same size. He said, people have got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package. It's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. So, and it was good. It was a very good point. He was like, Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the best part of a decade.
Basically,
he's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, he's trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dimitri Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled,
just literally shaking it off, you can take Terence Crawford shots.
100%.
Canelo has a long history of conquering the weight classes that fit him. He drains fighters or faces opponents that aren't naturals in that division. Now, someone like Crawford, who has previously proved himself pound for pound, steps up, and all of a sudden, there is stillness. Let us pretend that this fight takes place with both fighters entering the ring clean. How does that fight look like? But is a master at timing, angles, and adjusting postures. He fights tactically yet hits like a brawler. He made Spence look lost. He forced Porter's father to stop fighting. Most significantly, he knows how to handle distance and tempo.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look.
It's gonna be me.
I don't care about nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Canelo, his strengths are timing, body work, and powerful counterpower. But if Bud can make it through the first few rounds and keep the game going, we're in for a real chess match. Crawford's chances improve as the fight continues, but, and this is a big but, if Canelo is still hyped up, it's not fair. That is not fighting, that is not history, that is an unfair game. So, why hasn't the commission stepped in? Why are there no reviews or hearings? Simple. Canelo is a moneymaker. He sells out stadiums. He attracts a big number of Mexican and international viewers. He's the poster child for modern boxing, which makes him untouchable, at least to those who profit from his fights. But for boxers like Bud, who are worried about legacy, it's personal. They do not desire a payoff. They seek the truth. They want an even playing field, but will not stop until the world sees what he sees.
Along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something, but what
they're gonna find something, you know that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
You know?
The boxing world is divided on Crawford versus Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Ryan Garcia has stated clearly that he believes Crawford will be eliminated. That's a strong message.
When you have 2 great fighters, great things can happen. But I could see even Crawford getting knocked out like Amir Khan style though.
Do you give Terence Crawford any chance to beat Canelo?
I don't see it happening, but he could definitely prove me wrong. But I just think, bro, I've trained with Canelo, I've been around him. Bro can really push back heavyweight. So I don't know how he's because this is the first time Canelo's actually bigger than somebody in a long time. So it's like the weights are lifted off and now he could fight even more freely, So I'm actually interested to see, bro. I can't wait for the fight. I'm definitely going to be backing Canelo, but, Crawford is a great fighter and he could surprise me. But right now where I would put my money is Canelo Alvarez.
Andre Ward is riding alongside Bud the entire time. He thinks that Terence Crawford is the only person who can leap 3 weight classes and pull it off successfully. Manny Pacquiao also chipped in, saying that if Bud can keep his quickness while gaining weight, he has a legitimate shot. Pacquiao thinks that speed kills.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has an advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in the higher weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. He should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Dimitri Bivol, who actually handed Canelo AL at a higher weight, feels but has the tools but warns against 160-pound power. It hits differently. Shakur Stevenson is completely sure. He thinks Bud will cook Canelo with his IQ and footwork.
I think Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, and
certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
Corey, how you got a decision established? Because Redman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop him.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud can crack too. So.
Roelly Romero is also on Team Bud, but not out of love. He really hates Canelo so much.
Canelo. I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Really? Yeah?
Now, I'll tell you like this, I mean, the weight division things, you know, but I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Why do you want to see Crawford beat the ish out of Canelo?
I just hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Why? Like, Canelo, is it because of the last fight? Like you haven't been a fan of Canelo, or like why? Like, you like Crawford that much?
What Canelo did on that day was disrespectful to boxing. It was just simply disrespectful to boxing in every way. Canelo.
Edgar Berlanga kept things real, but wins on the basis of skill. However, the weight difference is a big advantage for Canelo.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out, you know what I'm saying?
Shawn Porter is worried about Bud coming in with a naturally stronger beast. If Canelo lands a strong punch, it may be nighttime for Bud.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Teofimo Lopez stated firmly, Bud's the better boxer, no question. However, the size difference could be prohibitively big.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got?
Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try to test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out till that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. Black and brown is how you get down.
That's right, that's right.
Canelo Alvarez is among the most brilliant fighters of his time. No one denies it, but when names like Crawford, Berlanga, Mayweather, and De La Hoya all point to the same red sign, it's time to stop ignoring it. If Bud is wrong, prove it. But if he's right, the sport owes him a huge apology.
Fucking Canelo, man. I don't know if he's cheating.
What do you mean?
I feel like Canelo juices. But I'm a Triple G fan, so I'm a say that ahead of time. I just like Triple G.
There's a lot of money on the line, and if I could get away with it, I would do it as well.
Some tainted beefs.
I think, he definitely got busted once. for something. But it could have been from tainted beef. We don't know. But it also could be that, you know, we should probably leave them the fuck alone and let them do whatever they want to do. Do you want to see Manny Pacquiao fight or not? Right? I want to see him juiced up, fighting at 45 years of age, coming in with a full six-pack, lighting people on fire.
So that's it for today's movie. If you liked it, remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell symbol so you don't miss any future videos. Don't forget to add your thoughts in the comments box. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next film.